So, good morning, everyone. It is Sunday, the 33, 2025. Um, I have yesterday, um, yeah, it was yesterday night in the morning. I have seen the internet, the cult of the 764, and I'm study alchemy and magic in a more intensive way since 2019 in December. So there is a teenager get caught. Um, he they say he is the cult leader of 764, and he is get arrested to 80 years sentence. If you ask myself, I don't know he is that. I more believe it is the actually chief boss of the FBI, this Indian guy, and it is Satjanadella. So my opinion is it is a um, uh, how say Verschwörung, a conspiracy of India. Yeah, this is my opinion. So I can take a short. So so how it is all that begun. This here is my first map, and there was never the cult opinion or something. It was simply combat magic, self-defense, and this is what is get about it in a lot of work hours over hours. And days over days, year over year, and then 5 years later, I hear there is getting creating a cult in Canada, call themselves 764 from a 16 years old teenager, and it's not the opinion of a other satanic cult like what there are all exist. These satanic cults, and yeah, so we have here example on the 1st February 2020, where the creation and all the systematic try like this other examples other examples of practicing magic, simple and absolutely nothing have to do with some cults. So that this 16-year-old guy really will be the leader of this cult. Um, I'm sorry for that. I don't believe in this. So I more think Satya Nadella and uh, some Indian guys, scammers, have here organized a boy victim. We say a boy victim, and have made this on a really, really slumdog millionaire way, right? So they just found that they are maybe not so secure how they like to be secure. these Indian leaders in USA, and then just drop it all on the old fashion of a child doing some strange stuff. So I'm seeking the first rule of the 7 rule. I don't know, I have it here inside or I have it just digital. I have it just digital, then it is maybe the reason. So what I want to say with this is that he's probably never find the 7 6 4 whatever ever is the 4 inside. It's mean that the you can drop off the 7, the last 7, or you can drop in the last 7. It's not here inside, but it is all bring me to this 7 calculation, and I have now actually not the actually date what it was, but the probability, right? The probability that is really creating this cult in 2020 is really small. So what it really has happened is that they written from my channel or from my informations the code down, and then doing with the Intel Core, with the fake Intel Core i9 7900X technology, what it is mean, what is to represent that Satjanadella, or this actually FBI officer chief of the FBI, this Indian guy, what I don't know the name, is something inviting in that situation, so that they have, when I created, it was in July 2020 or in July 2021. So I don't remember it was in 2020 or in 2021. So the possibility that he creating this in 2020 and can give the name 764 a sense at all in a magical composition, I'm not really sure he know about this code. So some people maybe don't know what code I'm talking about, and that's no problem. The special thing is that this called 764 and these black scammers or blackmailers, what it's meaning, blackmailers and terrorize young kids and peoples, are in the actually also presented in the buying system for the next Intel Core X CPU processor, what is not worked. And also the SSDs for VROC buying was not worked. Why this has happened is probably because a government, like the Swiss government, was not willing on it to give me the possibility to make music. And in the last video we see the result of that. So this is not meaning that this have to be in the Swiss government. It can also be Germany or other government. But the result is that I was not able to creating a usable VROC right after the ending of the test phase of VROC. And there is also one question in me is, when I bring that smuggler SSDs and smuggler CPU with this different buying buying facts, So this is this package, and there where I buy it, you see this package, so they are different. So I bring this to the police, and they have to destroy it because it's smuggler stuff, or they say, no, no, send it back so they can do the same crime again. Right? So this is a little bit a question where they then think, yeah, maybe it's not Germany, maybe it's Swiss government. Yeah. They have so their secrets maybe a lot of money, and because they have their secret and they need a lot of money, they give it simply the shul to a teenager in Canada. And Satjanadella and his companies actually also use the FBI, become back their control over all that stuff. So we have the problem in Switzerland over the RUAG, yeah, that Swiss have transformed their servers to a place in India or something. What for my opinion side is a fucking failure at all. Um, so yeah, that's the actually situation. This is the situation how it is actually. Um, I don't know. I will survive this. I don't know. I mean, I have worked the last 5 years without Faurocky, with a maybe black marked CPU, and 7 years from the support side. 7 years, yeah, 7 years with an Intel Core i9 7900X, also LGA 2099 or two, no, yeah, X299, and yeah, that's really strange. It's about they don't want to pay for Smiley and all that stuff. So they want to control, like they want to watch me, they want to control me, they want to write me down, but they don't like to pay for anything what they caught. And then when they don't like to pay, the result is that maybe they take simply a 16 years old boy as the reason for all that bad things that happen because some governments and some other authorities or some extremistic groups don't like even to recognize or pay something because they are simply spying, like more spying as something different. So I'm miles away from a serious business where it's normally that when you like to have something, you come and you ask, you can have something, and not only simply take it and then change it all information and hack your victim that you never have to pay for what you have doing. Right. So this is the actually situation. This is my situation. Um, it is how it is, right? So I cannot actually change it. I can just slowly found a way. It means like I go to speak with the police and say, hey, are you like to destroy it, or you like to put it back into the selling water? That this selling water can make the same failure again. So I just can move slowly, for that. This is what I can do. I can nothing other do as this, right? So in real, if Farrock work, this work here never exist. You understand? This work here is only come from Farrock failure. Yep, that's it. So maybe without this map here, 764 never exist. That's tragically, right? And I was never in an opinion to create a cult like call 764 where they get punished and torture kids, right? It's never in my opinion. I'm simply a combat magician. So I'm controlling some spirits and I am self-experimented in some alchemy and I have really be carefully that I don't kill myself when I'm testing self something. And there was never a 764 cult on the uh, opinion or something. There was never about something like this. Yeah. So what I'm doing combined with 764 is the 7777777 number, right? It's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 777 7 7 7 7, right? So it is a calculation. What I have cracked in my mind, from my mind, in my mind, it was in the moment where I think, what can I do um, to stop Corona, right? Yeah. So that's my look wise. I don't know the other look wise. I see my look wise as a absolutely logical look wise. Um, I cannot uh, say other people's what they have to think. I just can say, look, I'm not so stupid. I have mean I can create a Farrock system. I have not can create a Farrock system. 5 years later, I like to create a Farrock system again, and it is have not worked because there was some black mails with some black SSDs and CPU inside. So what can I do? Um, yeah, I cannot change the traffic. I I I I I pay for a product what becomes a wrong traffic to me, right? Yeah. So the result will be that I not can probably. I can maybe now after 5 years professionally work with, but I pay the full price for a product what was not the full price. It was an occasion product. And the product is typed in the system is not the product what I paid for. So I don't know. So there is nobody helps me to understand the difference and why it is have to be so when paying the full price that it is a occasion stuff and so on. They come with some arguments. Yeah, there are a lot of people they have not so much on blah 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 blah. That's actually not the question. The question is why I pay the full price, why I have to pay the full price for a product what is not the full price. And in first case, I have type what I like to send become is the full price product. So all doing this with this Intel Core i9 7900X CPU. Yeah, and all that stuff. But it's crazy. So I don't know. Right. So I see more and more Indians. Like you look, in my childhood, the friend of my mother was a Indian, and he is in the same position like Dr. Easter Egg from James Bond. And he was get suicide in front of me with toxic. He drink toxic in front of me. That was in my childhood. And he's not dying, but he have some uh, hard issues. He was later in hospital, so he is alive. And yeah, so and now there is an Indian by the FBI. There is an Indian by Bill Gates is gone, but there is Satjanadella. So overall, the Indian infiltration works really well. And I just think if this also work really well when the ex-friend of my died mother also killed himself in front of my, so make a suicide in front of me. So that's all strange stuff. What? Yeah, I mean there is not just because you're blonde, you are the Nazi, right? I'm not a Nazi. What the fuck? I'm not a Nazi. I'm also not a satanic. What? uh, maybe I'm a betrayed a hermaphrodite. That's maybe possible, right? That's maybe possible. But I'm not a Nazi, and I'm not what I have forget. What was the other? Right. I may be a betrayed hermaphrodite, but not a Nazi and not a satanic. Right. So, cheers.